Now, I understand cheating's very bad. I get that. I fucked up and I bust nuts in other chicks. Now, did I feel bad about it at the time? No. Do I feel bad now? Not really. Would I do it again? Most likely not. And I say that because it's really not worth the karma and all the problems you deal with afterwards. It's funny when you're young and like you shouldn't even date people in college, it's just stupid. So the relationships are kind of meaningless, but cheating on someone fucking ruins everything. Because then you're kind of sketchy, and then they're like, what's wrong with you? And then if you tell them like the trust is gone, it just completely ruins everything. And I'm pretty sure everybody has either cheated or been cheated on, because that's kind of human nature. But it's a terrible thing. I would never do it again. I learned my lesson. That being said, I have a fucking great cheating story for you. We got one more here. And this is when, I don't know if I want to use names or not, but anybody who knows me will fucking know who this is. But I just get sued. It's like, oh, cool, you get sued. 10 people watched it. One of them sues you. That's my fucking luck, but what can you do? So when I first started seeing my girlfriend fourth year, she was my roommate's friend, nice blonde whore, and my roommate and her friend actually. And we went out one night on like, a Tuesday, went to the bar, got a bottle, we were doing bag, like just stupid college shit. And she orders the Uber to go back to my house. Now at this point I banged her a few times. I didn't know anything. I'm like, oh cool, like we're just kind of casually seeing each other, having fun. It's like a nice summer thing. So she orders an Uber back. There's like a bunch of us back to my place. So my room's in the basement. So we go in the basement. We're fucking. I think we smoked a joint. And my bed's like in the middle of the room and we're like banging. And we had the window open. So I'm like literally just like choking her, like just banging her, like it's a complete porn scene. And I hear this guy go, "Bro, stop. That's my girlfriend." And I'm thinking like one of my buddies who was with us at night, it's like, old friend, like fucking with me. So I'm kind of laughing. I just keep going, keep with the fucking thrust game. Then I look up and I see this guy through the window just fucking peering. He's like, "Bro, that's my girlfriend." And like, I was like, holy fuck. So I'm not gonna let that stop me. Like, obviously I nutted in her and then I was like, fuck. Like, I couldn't stop laughing. Like, I was just like, this is sort of a fucking movie or something. So I'm like, who the fuck is this guy, right? And this chick's like, oh, it's kind of my friend, whatever. It was her boyfriend. So, I mean, great start to a relationship. Just seeing somebody cheating on their boyfriend. Just building a fucking house on sand. Zero trust. So I'm like, fuck, I probably gotta go fight this guy now. He's like banging on the door and shit. And I'm like, okay, fuck. So I go out in my underwear. My buddy Debo's with me at the time, and he's fucking ready to go. And I open the door, and like, I've never in my life seen a guy shrink more. Like, this guy went from banging on the door. Like, imagine you saw some guy plowing your girlfriend. Imagine you saw some 6'5" stud choking your bitch and just railing her. You're gonna be like, fuck, like I gotta murder this guy. So I open the door and I'm like, fuck, what's up, man? And I've never seen somebody just shrink. Like, this guy went from ready to murder to just, and he was so heartbroken. Like, he just shrunk. And it fucking I felt bad, man. And then he goes, he gives a fucking iconic line. He goes, "My dog died this week and now this?" Dude. Oh, my heart fucking melted for this guy. If anybody's had a dog that's died, I had one, Harley, and I'm fucking still upset about it. I still think about him from time to time, and I'm like, fuck, like I get upset about it. So if your dog died that week, you're already in a bad spot. You're like, fuck, like why did this happen? Like, this is awful. It's your dog. Speaking of dogs, we gotta do a GoFundMe because I fucking need one. I've wanted a puppy for 3 years and just like hasn't happened. You get me puppy, somebody out there. I want a fucking retriever. I want a fucking lab. I want a red lab in a perfect world. But somebody fucking get me one. Anyways, I sound like a chick on Instagram. But, so this guy's like, fuck, my dog died, now this. And it's just heartbreaking. So I'm like, oh yeah, like, I didn't know, like, I shouldn't tell him anything, like, sorry, bro. And like, I ended up giving this guy a hug. Like, I ended up literally just like hugging this guy. And he was like crying and shit and like on my shoulder. So I'm like, fuck, like I don't know what to do. So I just like hugged him. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, like it's gonna be alright, like I don't know, right? He's like, he left, he's like upset. So it's like I didn't know what to do, obviously. And like 30 minutes later, we hear another knock on the door. And I'm like, fuck, like what's going on here? I go and I answer the door again. It's like this middle-aged blonde chick. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, is my daughter there? And I'm like, oh, fuck, right? So she's like yelling out her daughter's name. And then she comes up. She's like the most kind of embarrassed kid look and like walks around. And she's like, get in the car. We're going home. So she like picked her up, left. And I was just like, I can't fucking believe this all happened in one night. So I don't know if that was my fault or hers though, because she never told me. Like, there's no picture on Instagram. There's no evidence. So now, did I fucking bother her and ask all the time? Not really. I kind of just let things play out. But I mean, that's cheating too. But I think that one kind of goes on her. You know, just being honest, I don't think it goes on me because I didn't know. I would never. I don't think I would, especially now. I would never knowingly fuck a guy's girlfriend. Like I wouldn't do that. Fuck. I'm lying. I'm a fucking liar. I would. No, I wouldn't. I most likely wouldn't, alright? I most likely fucking wouldn't. There was a chick very recently who, like, wanted to fuck, and she kind of just broke up with her boyfriend, but I know they still kind of like each other and hang out. And she tried to fuck me, and I, like, didn't do it because I was like, fuck, I know they still, like, have feelings for each other and still hang out and shit. So I don't want to be, like, the guy she's, like, fucked when they had, like, an off week. You know. Now, if she offers again, I'm going to do it. I'm going to probably do it, but the first time I fucking held my ground, I was a strong, independent man, and I didn't do it, okay? So give me a fucking medal. Broad Corner is just going to be the... Like, this pod's going to end up just being Broad Corner and Jim Gordo's because 90% of my notes and shit I want to talk about are those two things. So, says a lot about me. All right. And you know what's the weirdest thing? Like, that chick I just told the story about, like, hey, that's my girlfriend, but, like, that girl... Her and I have talked and kind of like dated / saw each other on and off for like 3 years. And pretty much the cycle is like the moment it hits November, she just kind of hits me up and it's like, oh, hey neighbor, like what are you up to? And before you know, we're just fucking banging, getting a hotel somewhere, going to each other's houses, going for dinner. We pretty much kind of date / see each other until like May. And then there's no argument, like nothing's said. We just kind of go our separate ways for the summer. And then just like a fucking river just comes back. And that's been going on for 3 years. So I don't think that's love. I don't know what that is. It's some weird, you know, I think we're just comfortable with each other and, you know, who knows, but it's very strange. And eventually, maybe one winter it won't happen, you know? Who knows? That's a pessimistic view. An optimistic view would be maybe one summer it does happen. Which I don't see happening because to date somebody in the fucking summer, oh my god, you have to be madly in love with them. If you stay with someone in the summer, that's probably your wife. Nobody stays together in the summer. You can have a summer fling, that's different. But like, oh, I have a girlfriend of like a year or two, and we stay together in the summer. That's fucking next level dedication. So give yourself a fucking pat on the back.